So as you can see here, it's cleaned up pretty well. Pretty stark difference between the left and the right there. That makes me pretty freaking excited for this project, just to get it all cleaned up. It's a little, you know, beat up, dinged up, but this paint job was done in 1994, and it's pretty sweet that it was a paint job. I would really like to see this thing when it was newly, freshly done, but unfortunately, years of neglect have got it a little dinged up, but still pretty cool. So we'll try and return some life to it. So as you've seen, like when I bought the ski, kind of the backstory was that guy had it running. He was out riding one day, and then he lost spark. So it's got good compression, and it was a running ski. I've seen the compression numbers. They look really good. So we're just gonna look at how and why it lost spark. The first thing I'm gonna check out is the start-stop switch. We're gonna look at that, make sure that's all clean. It is written in the salt water just a few times. So that's going to be number one culprit. The second thing I'm going to look at is the CDI, which on these is housed right back there. So I do have an extra one that I can swap out if need be, but yeah, definitely no spark on this, unfortunately. So I've taken this apart. I've taken the start stop switch apart. Both of these start stop switches look really healthy. The way I understand it is that the stop switch would be the most likely culprit here. Any corrosion on that, causing that to kill that spark, and the start switch, you know, be giving that signal to fire the starter. So stop switch looks good. So moving on to the next thing. So it's been a few days, but we're finally getting back to working on this 1989 Kawasaki 650SX. I've been chasing down some electrical issues, and I was doing some work off camera, but basically I've determined that though it's an 89, it does have a 1991 plus electrical system. And as much as I love, you know, trying to figure out electrical stuff, in the hole and everything, I think we're just going to go ahead and pull this engine out, and it was going to come out anyway, so we can kind of go through everything, but I think that'll just make it a little easier to troubleshoot not only the electrical system, but make sure our crank seals are good. Check that through hole bearing. I've definitely sunk a ski based on a bad through hole bearing before, so we'll make sure that's good so this next owner has very few things to worry about. So just like that, the engine's out. Doesn't really take too long, really just 4 bolts. I like to, you know, kind of take everything down to pretty much the bare hole in here. When I do this though, I'm going to get everything cleaned up. And I like to use a nice coat of bilge coat. Generally I like to use gray, just because I think it hides the dirt a little better. But we'll get to that. So I like to be a little more organized than I was this time, but we got her done. This thing's pretty filthy, pretty dirty, but I'm going to get all that cleaned up. As you can see, yeah, it doesn't really take too much, not a whole lot to these things, but man, I hate chasing electrical issues, so that will be interesting, something I'll have to work through, and I think it'll just be a little easier now that it is out of the ski. And when I'm at an impasse and I need just some time to think about how it works, I can keep working on other things like cleaning the inside, cleaning some individual parts, and getting this hole ready for the interior to be painted and put back together. So we got most everything removed out of the engine bay. It's pretty filthy in here. Last thing I've got to do is get that through hole bearing removed there. I can feel it's a pretty groove. This bearing is shot, so I'm definitely gonna rebuild that bearing carrier housing, before I do all this work and put it all back together. I'm really struggling to get that off of there. I've removed several of these and never had much of an issue. But yeah, this one's on there pretty good. I think what I'll do is take the pump out and try to push it from the back side. So, as always, doing way too much work and going overboard on these skis, but here we go. I have turned into a complete head case, and I've taken this way further than I ever anticipated going. I have no doubt in my ability to put everything back and to make this a highly functional ski. It's just going to take a lot more time and money. Everything is off of this ski right now. We cannot be having that. I will not accept it.